Hello there, guys, and welcome to something completely different that I am not sure how and when it's going to happen. Or, yeah, as I said, how, I don't know. I don't know when this episode is going to be uploaded to my channel. I'm not sure what kind of format this will take. I think this will be... So I have an idea in my head. I have a lot of ideas in my head. I think I want to try and do a few episodes of Antistasi Unlimited. I'll get into what Antistasi is. This is Arma 3, I should probably say. Antistasi is a mod for Arma 3, and I have a bunch of other mods installed, as you can see down here. I will get into what Antistasi is and what Arma is, if you don't know, but I think I want to maybe try and use these episodes. Again, I'm not sure the schedule and how I will mix it in to my current upload schedule, because I have quite a few schedules, quite a few games going already. And I need to take care that I don't sort of overdo it, because as I've said before, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I have a job and a wife and a personal life, and I don't want it to cut into that too much. And I know saying that I upload a video every single day, but I have some, whenever I have some free time, I tend to do quite a bit of recording, and then I have a bunch of videos recorded beforehand. But my idea for this is to maybe, if people are interested, sort of do this a few episodes as a teaser, then maybe set up some live streaming. I want to get into streaming also, as along with my regular upload schedules. And I think this might be a fun thing to do as a sort of community, if people are interested in trying. Go in and play some Antistasi in the Arma 3 game. And for those of you who don't know, Arma 3 is a first-person shooter. You can also play it in third person. It is a very realistic military simulation game, so to speak. It's a lot of milsim communities use the Arma 3 platform, Arma 3 and or Arma Reforger, which is the new sort of... I'm not sure really what Arma Reforger is, but there is an Arma 4 coming out in, I want to say, I think it's 27, I think it was announced to. And then Arma Reforger sits in between Arma 3 and Arma 4. And Arma Reforger was abandoned for, like, at least from my knowledge, I don't have Arma Reforger, but it seemed like it was abandoned. Bohemia Interactive, which is a company behind the Arma games, didn't do any updates to Reforger for quite a while, but now it has actually gotten a lot of updates, a lot of mods also, and a lot of people are playing Arma Reforger. I'm not sure of the whole modding scene, if you have Antistasi on Reforger, or if it would even work. But so yeah, Arma 3 is a very realistic military game with all kinds of vehicles, tanks and boats and airplanes, and there is a huge modding community behind that just adds a bunch of more weapons and vehicles, planes, artilleries, and you can control entire armies. You can choose to fight on the front line, or you can be a commander who sits back and just moves a unit around on a map. And it's a great game, no doubt about it. It's not for everyone. It's not a Call of Duty or a Battlefield game. It's much more realistic. And then there's the Antistasi mod, which is, in essence, just boiled down to its bare bones. It's you play as a sort of rebel faction that starts with nothing. You start you're up against, you can either choose to go with just an occupying faction you are up against, and then there can also be an invading faction. And you can set it up so it's you, the rebels, versus the occupiers versus the invader, and then the occupier and the invaders are also against each other, so it's kind of like a free-for-all 1 versus 1 versus 1, or you can choose to set it up so it's you against just the occupier or just the invader, or the occupier and the invader. So it's 1 versus 2 or 1 versus 1. And then you need to take over towns, and you need to take over these resources so you can start earning money. And there are factories that gives you access to new vehicles and planes and boats and static weapon installations that you can move around, but of sort of fixed, for instance, a heavy machine gun on a tripod. And then there are military bases and air bases you can take over and gain access to other kinds of stuff, and you can recruit AI units, and you can garrison units, and it's a very, very intense and very awesome mod. So I think you need to set up a server in order to play it single player. So yeah, that's my name. Yeah, let's just call it Let's Play Antistasi. And yeah, this doesn't really matter because it's just hosted on a LAN. I always do this password I often use whenever we make games. It basically just means horse. I don't know why we tend to use that password. Again, it doesn't really matter. It's just a LAN server for now. But again, it could be, if people are interested, let me know, and we could try and set it up as a sort of community. So there are 31 maps you can choose from. Not every single map supports Antistasi. I have tried, when I did a test recording earlier, just to sort of see if it would work and if it actually recorded it properly, and it did, and not probably, but proper. And it did, and all that things, but I did try a few of the maps, and I think that the best map is still Altis, which is the official Arma 3 map. So we would just go ahead and select Altis, and there are a lot of options you can do. I will just leave it on regular. It is hard enough going in solo. And yeah, let's just turn. We can go war level 10 for elite. I'm not sure what this means. I have never made it that far. I think the war level for militia is that there is this war level counter. I will cover that once we get in the game. But just there is a war level counter. When that reaches a certain level, it spawns a sort of rival rebel faction that are against you. Another faction that's against you that tries to undermine everything that you do in the game. And I think the default is 3. I want to keep that at 5 to at least. Let's keep it at 3, because there is a mission that you have to do in order to trigger. There are missions you can do in the game. We'll cover that once you get into it, but you can just wait. Once you get the mission pop up, you don't have to do the mission. You just have to stay away from the area where the mission is. So punishments, I will leave at 8 because I will turn punishments off, and I will cover what they are. All of these things we don't need to twiddle around with just yet. Mission, that's just the server. Config base, nothing here. Yeah, we can go okay. Altis unlimited. Let's go ahead and press play. I'll just need to cough, excuse me. And I will be default commander. So you can assign yourself to different roles, and they have different. It's not like, in a sense, it's like different abilities. So, for instance, the combat lifesaver, he can heal wounded units. You can heal yourself, but it's only the combat lifesaver that can heal you up to full sort of hit points. You don't have a hit point bar. You just take damage, and then one shot can sometimes be more than enough to kill you, especially in the start when you don't have any weapons. The engineer can repair vehicles. He can also think better breach enemy vehicles. I usually just go for, I'm not sure what the team leader or the rifleman actually does, or what the grenadier and the auto rifleman does. I usually just go for default commander, or the lifesaver, or the engineer. I haven't actually done. You know what? Let's figure this out together. What does a team leader do? Then it needs to load in. So there are quite a lot of setup you need to do to get this. Not get this game sort of running. Sorry if you heard that. That was just my phone ringing. So why cannot connect to positioning system? Why does it say that? It usually don't say that. Let me just try and click continue. Yeah, so yeah, this is the test game I did. Let's just delete that for now. Yes. So these are the factions. We will get to those in a minute. I will just quickly turn all of this on. Like all of this. And then there are the parameters. So this is where you set up if you want to be rebel, that's us, versus occupy versus invader. So it would be us against these two, and these two would also be against each other. Okay, so you can't do rebel versus invader as I thought you could. Then you have rebel versus occupants and invader, so these two are together. So yeah, but we will just do versus. Rival, rebel subfaction, that's what I was very quickly talking about, where you get this, once the war level reaches a certain level, you get this rebel rival faction that spawns in and starts to undermine you if you do the quest. We will definitely leave autosaves on. Enable friendly player markers, yes. Don't think it matters since it will only be me for now. Fast travel, definitely keep this on. I sometimes play with it, even without fast travel, or just with one of these two. But in terms of a sort of teaser and let's play, if it turns into a let's play series, we'll see how it goes. Definitely leave any friendly position. It just means that you can fast travel around the map. Medium traffic, disable the restore nearby unit. I have no idea what this is. I'll just leave it in default. And I want to turn this one down a bit. Mission distance, this just governs how far away, whenever you take a mission, how far away can that mission be. I think 3 kilometers is okay. Enemy spawn distance, we will definitely turn this down because, again, these are the test settings, and this caused a lot of problems with actually keeping enemy spawns within 1.5 kilometers of you. I think 1 kilometer is far enough. Distance used to check for nearby enemies. I'm not sure what this does. I just turned it up to 500. I'll leave it. So initial player money. We will just turn this down a bit. We don't want human resources. So human resources cap. So you have money. You use money to recruit units, buy vehicles. Vehicles meaning tanks, cars, trucks, planes, whatever. Also statics installations, and you also use it to build stuff. You need manpower. Oh, sorry, hit my microphone again. You also use manpower. So for instance, 1 unit, that means 1 infantryman, costs 1 manpower. And we don't want to cap that. Time before considered AFK, that doesn't matter. We don't want garbage to be cleaned up. That means wreckage and corpses and things like that. We don't want that to be cleaned up automatically because we would then be missing out on loot. Revive time for players. We can turn that up a bit. And then usually this is on no, meaning you cannot revive yourself. In terms, I usually play with that on no, but in terms of a let's play and a sort of, there are some really annoying mechanics in Antistasi, which we will cover once I will complain about them a lot and bitch and moan about them, but this will allow you to revive yourself with, you don't revive yourself with full hit points, you revive yourself very damaged, and it will have a timer between how often you can do this. That's the basic. We'll then go to advanced. We will go for total victory. Loss condition. population death. We don't want to lose human resources on death. We will definitely enable cosmetic. We will also allowing players to recruit AI. So this is punishments, and we can just disable it. This is usually on by default. So one of the ways you usually lose the game by is when the invader, when you get to a certain war level, which you can set previously, then the invading force will begin to do these punishments where they just eradicate entire towns. Normally, it's enabled, but playing on single player, this can be very hard to actually stop them whenever you get a mission trigger saying invader force is punishing this town, you have to stop them, and that can be very hard to do in single player because it's also a very large map. So I will turn this off in terms of this Let's Play. All of these things, I have no idea what they do. Arms dealer, we will definitely not disable him since we will use him to buy a lot of stuff. Mag repack, yes, definitely. Oh, I need to remember to turn off a mod. Now that I think about it, I forgot to turn it off, but it will remind me again. So, I don't know, I will just improve towing of vehicle. Sounds good to be on. Enable loot gather crates and loot helicopters. We will definitely use that. So loot crate, again, normally I think this is only on, I want to say 50, maybe 25. This is how many meters you can buy a loot crate. And this is how many meters that loot crate will gather up loot, meaning dropped equipment from soldiers you have killed or from your soldiers that have been killed. And in terms of how fun it will be to watch, I think I'll leave this on 400 because else I will have to spend a lot of time running around gathering loot together, and I don't think that will be fun. I will, however, turn the loot crate price up to 400 also, so sort of balance it out. Loot crate, ignore unlocked items. Not sure what that means. Just leave it on no. This just makes it so that 1 second is 1 second. Real time is also 1 second in game. There are ways to skip time in game because night times are very fucking dark in this game. You need night vision or you need flashlights, and you don't start with any of those things unlocked. And we will get to unlocking gear in once we get proper into the game. So all of this, I have no idea what means. Persistent save for Zeus construction. Yeah, we will leave that on, meaning that any structures we build will be saved in the game whenever we save. This we will turn down to 10. We'll cover rally points when we get there. And feel free, I will put a skip in the episode whenever this is done. If you don't want to sit here watching me set up all of this shit. Support cap is usually on 3. I think I will keep it on 4 since I am going in solo. Maximum quantity, I'll just leave that on maximum. Rival difficulty, I'll leave at medium. This doesn't matter. This has something to do when you play on server membership. You can restrict non-members to what items they can use on the server, and then you can sort of allow server members to use every single kind of item. Yeah, we will both build limit basically on infinite. Build hold time multiplier. I have no idea. I think this is default. Balance options, blah blah blah. And yeah, then I have changed, I don't remember. I think these needs to go 1 down. Also did some testing, so 25, 5, 7, 15, 1. 3, this might be a big mistake, but we'll see. 3, yeah. I think this is how it is default. I'm not sure. Anyway, this is not the loot crate that you can buy and gather loot. These are loot crates that spawn on the enemy's bases, meaning military bases, air bases, military administrations, I believe. Don't think they spawn on factories, and I know they don't spawn on resource points. They also spawn at seaports, and they have all kinds of gear in it that you can then take back to your base, and you can unlock items. And we will cover that. And that is this. So I will show it once we are in game what this unlock means. Just know that you can set this number, and then you have unlimited amount once you reach that number. I think 25 is default. And yeah, this is the guess then. Do unlock weapons automatically? Nope, you don't want to unlock magazines for the weapons. That was advanced, experimental, we don't want to touch, and we don't want to touch developer parameters. So in terms of faction, this is us, who we will be playing as. I did some testing with Western and Eastern loyalists, and I think I will go with Western, as I did in my in the longest test I did, just because it is a bit easier. As it also says, consider this a more forgiving start than most because of the equipment you actually start with unlocked. These are what kind of factions the civilians will be. We can just go... let's go Tajikistan Cup. So these are all the different mods or modules. These are vanilla Arma things. This is also a vanilla DLC. All of these others are mods. This might also be not a vanilla DLC. That's a contradiction in term, but official DLC. I think this icon also is. But Cup, this icon and this icon is definitely mods. Rivals. This is the rebel rival faction that will spawn. Again, this determines what kind of uniforms they have and also what kind of gear they have access to. And it does matter, but with the weapons, with the arms dealer, you can actually buy every single piece of equipment that you have modded into the game. It automatically adds it to the weapons dealer. So I think we will go with... Who should we take just for fun? It doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's go with some... let's just go with the RHA's mod for those. So this is the occupying factions. You can switch it. So whichever faction is normally invaders, you can turn them into occupants. You can also use this override side limits, and then you can just pick totally free. It doesn't really matter. You can also unlock the camo limits. Basically just means allows you again to choose from a bigger variety. This normally certain maps have certain factions to them. This just allows you to access all kinds of factions on all the maps you are playing. And I need to cough, my voice is getting fucked again. So that's just what this does. It just allows you to play all of the mods you have installed on every single map. Even if their uniform, for instance, Arctic camo wouldn't really work in this, but you are allowed to do it if you go like this. So who should we be up against? I think I am definitely a sucker from always going up against the... this is United States Marine Corps. This is the Army. There's also... This is just from a different mod. Could also go NATO. I'm not sure, do they actually... No, I'm not sure that RHS, which is this green, blue, red icon, this is all RHS mod. I'm not sure they actually have a NATO faction. No, it's only CUP that has that. Okay, so let's go... Yeah, let's actually seeing as the world is going to shit real quick, let's actually go NATO and let's actually have the US Army be invaders. That could be, then we won't have a RHS only with the rebels. But yeah, we could go NATO and then, yeah, that could be fun, seeing that the world is going the way it is right now. We could actually go NATO versus the US. I want to include the. Can we go U.S. Marine Corps instead? Yeah, we could go U.S. Marine Corps. Like that. Yeah, let's try that just for shits and giggles. Yeah, let's do that. Create new game. We will call once again. Let's play. We will set up. Use new save file, create new game, we will set our HQ. So this is the map. And all of these points, and you can see here, this is where the invader starts, and all of these other blue icon names, this is where the occupants are already in control of this island, which is the island of Altis, which is a true island in the Mediterranean. I think it's part of, if I remember correctly, I think it's part of Greece. It's a Greek island. And again, this is where the invader starts. You can see we already have some factories, a military base, an air base. And then each faction has these support corridors. And these icons are not updated with the faction we have chosen just yet. But yeah, all of these blue things here, not these blue names here, but all of these blue things are things that we can take over. Resources gives us money. Towns provide us with human resources, HR, manpower. Outposts, I don't think provides us with anything except you might need them as a sort of prerequisites for being able to buy certain stuff from the arms dealer. Factories work, I think they work as a multiplier to your resources. I'm not sure what factor it multiplies it, but I think they just multiply your income from your resources. They also provide access to more vehicles from the arms dealer. Seaports, I don't think provide anything except more access to items from the arms dealer. And the same thing with military bases and the air bases, which are, there's an air base here, there's an air base here, here, big one here, and then this one here. So there's how many air bases? 6 air bases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 air bases. Not sure how many military bases there are, but yeah. So I will start in the place I think I usually always start. I don't think there is any other place. Don't want to start. You definitely don't want to start too close to air bases, and you can't start within these red circles. But you also don't want to start too far away from other stuff. And I usually on this map tend to start down here. And I think I will do so again all the way down here. So this just means this is where our HQ is. We'll go close, we will start the game. It will then ask us if we want to create the new game. COP NATO, temperate occupants, and RHS, United States Marine Corps, arid invaders. Yes. And now it's starting the game. I think I will also make these episodes a bit longer because they can drag out a bit, I think. And just look at this game. Just look at the graphics. This is a very old game. I'm not actually sure when Arma came out. Why is there no sound being recorded in OBS right now? Yeah, so this is the mod I need to turn off. AI cannot see through grass. And then it just tells me that I need to pick only COP or RHS. That is, I think it's just because that COP and RHS adds a lot of the same weapons to the game. which can cause some issues, but I haven't encountered any issues whenever I test it. But I definitely need to turn off AI cannot see through grass. But why is there no sound in OBS? Hang on, I need to figure that out. So please bear with me for a second. I think that, yeah, there's definitely sound. I don't know why OBS decided not to record the sounds. I have no idea, however, how the sound level is in this game, so please bear with me. I will just mute the recording. I'll pause it real quick. I might need to do some adjustment of the sound in game, so please bear with me. And again, this was from the test I did. I haven't changed I just saw that this was still sitting here. This is from the test I did whenever I fooled around testing, so I will just remove that. Don't want to cheat in this game. Yeah, I need to do some audio, so please bear with me for a second. Yeah, let's try to do the sound here, and then we can always adjust it later. So this is our base for now. It's not much to look at, and I think I actually placed the base in the wrong position. So this guy here, this is Petros. He is, yeah, I'm not sure how to. He is our commanding officer. He's our father. He is our everything. If he dies, then we lose. Then we lose the game. So we will just place Petros somewhere where he can be somewhat safe. Let's just, yeah, you can stay there and look into that wall. I think I might actually should have placed. I think I usually place the HQ here instead. You know what? Let's move this asset. How the fuck do I change the HQ? Open commander menu. There are a lot of things I will cover them. Yes, move HQ to another zone. Yes, so Petros, move with me, please. Come here.
2, move up.
2, move up. We just need to do this real quick. This is a great auspicious start to the game. So you can see in the top of the screen, we are private. Human resources, that's how much manpower we have. We have 8. Western loyalist money, that's how much money we have to buy stuff for. Money, that is how much money.
2, move
Where
75 meters.
where the fuck are you, Petros? Please come up here. Money, not the Western loyalist money, but just money. That's how much money we have on us at the moment. We can use that money to buy stuff for. NATO aggressiveness low and USMC aggressiveness low just means how aggressive they are towards us. Right now they are not aware of our existence at all. War level 1, that is how sort of evolved the war is, how much resources they want to commit to the war. It also represents what kind of gear that their soldiers are using. At war level 1 they are using the most basic gear they have available to them. At war level 10 they are using the best armor, body armor they can get, and the best weapons that they can get, and they probably all have night vision and stuff like that. Should we build the HQ? Yeah, let's build the HQ here, then we can move Petros into this building. Move here, please. Undercover. That's something you can turn on. You can turn on undercover. As long as you are not wearing anything that is classified as a military item, then you can go undercover. Meaning that you won't get attacked on sight, which you will if you have undercover off. There are certain places you still can't go. Thank you. Let's just move you. Even though you have undercover on, there are still certain places that you cannot go. You cannot go too far off-road. You are not allowed to go into military bases, things like that. If they spot you doing things you're not supposed to while you're undercover, you will lose your undercover status. And you will get shot. And you can also go undercover while driving. You can go in a civilian car, turn on undercover. if you do something suspicious in that car, then that car will be reported and you can no longer go undercover in that car until you clean it back at base with this restore nearby units. See here, nearby units have been healed, refreshed, and can go undercover again. Nearby vehicles are no longer reported. But this is our garage. This is where we can store vehicles. We can only access aircraft from friendly air bases, but we have statics, ships, armor, and cars. And you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with some of the vehicles over here once we get some. We can also buy. There are civilians. These are civilian vehicles where we can be undercover in. You can see this vehicle can go undercover. There is a driver or pilot. There are 2 passenger seats, and then there are 2, I'm not sure what FFV stands for, but they are the front seats. And how much money they cost. Then there are Rebel. These items these vehicles you cannot go undercover in. Static, we have no statics. And it also says here, Rebel, vehicle stock, expand as war evolves. Other, this is where we can buy the loot crate. We can buy, I'm not sure what combat readiness recovery kits are. But we can buy fuel drums, fuel tanks, medical tent where we can heal. We can also use this option here to heal, the restore nearby units. Ammo station is where we can replenish and restock ammo. Repair stations we can use to repair our vehicles. We can build light. And then I'm not sure what these are, but we will definitely get into that. I know that you can build stuff with these. I'm not sure how they work, but yeah, we will definitely be getting into that at one point. That's the garage. We then have the map. We have game options. We will do a persistent save, just to make sure that the game is safe should anything happen. We can definitely move this here. I think that these things in here, you can also access through the commander's menu. By just you have to be near the base to get access to all of these tabs up here, but some of them you will always have access to no matter where on the map you are. And we will cover these once it's time to use them. This is, for instance, where you can skip hours in game if it's nighttime. Now, this is the arsenal. This is perhaps the most important thing in the game. This is where you equip yourself, get ready for war. Now, I have made some presets from when I did some tests, and it should save them. All of these are from another game. I use these sort of, what's it called? Syntax. If it's prefixes, it's a prefix if it's at the start of the name. So I use these prefixes to remember what game it's from. This is from a friend's. I have a friend who also plays Antistasi. He has a server that I sometimes play on. And the single is from this game. That's why you can see the items here. It doesn't show the items here because none of these items are present in this game. So what I usually does... Okay, so it actually doesn't have access to all of the same outfits. That's interesting. So what I like to do in terms of outfit is I like to always have an empty outfit that is just basic. The best gear in terms of uniforms, backpacks, vests, and then all of these other sort of MISC items, watch, compass, communication, terminal, maps. All of these things are actually important in the game. Watch, maybe not the watch so much, but a compass sometimes can be important, not always. If you have the mod, you can see in the middle bottom of the screen, you actually have a compass there all the time. But yeah, binoculars, night vision goggles, face wear, headgear, all of these things have different stats that are important. but I will just load this nothing up and see. So we actually don't have access to the same gear. Okay, let me just pause the recording real quick and I'll just set this up and I'll return once it's done. So I'll see you guys in a second. So yeah, that actually took way longer than it should have. So I have decided to go with, where is it? Yeah, this as my sort of empty loadout. I use this empty loadout to build all of my loadouts out from. And then I make sure that this is always updated with the best backpack, vest, and uniform. Not the best uniform. I tend to go more with looks because you can see here the stats. It has very little load. That's how much you can carry in the uniform itself, how much it weighs, how much protection it offers from ballistics, and how much protection it offers in terms of explosive. And this is where the game gets a little finicky because, yeah, this actually protects more than this. So yeah, there are some, if you want to really min-max, you can definitely go like this if you want protection. Don't know why this would protect more than this, but it is what it is. But I tend to go more with looks in terms of uniform. So yeah, and I've chosen the red beret. Could also go with a tan. But no, we will stick with the red beret for now. Backpack, this is the best backpack in terms of load. Always go with load here. And then there isn't really anything else now in the vest except just the one with the highest load. And watch doesn't really matter. It's up to you if you want a digital or an analog watch. Compass, I don't think it really matters all that much. Let's just go with the standard compass. Communication. This is actually really important. Once we get radios, then we're able to communicate with our AI units from long distances, or else we can't. Terminal. We don't have any, but we will cover that once we get. And I don't want. I also have this, not sure, shimak around the neck. Let's actually go. No, let's just keep it tan. This is, I think, no, let's go olive. Fuck it. Let's be daring. So in terms of weapon, and this is where the Western loyalists are somewhat easier than other, because you actually have access to some really good weapons from the start. Normally, if you go with just a vanilla experience, you only have access to sort of maybe a K98 rifle, which is the old German World War II rifle, or maybe the old British Lee Enfield World War II rifle, but here you actually have access to fully automatic weapons. So let's just go ahead and, so this is rifle, launchers, handguns. You choose the rifle, you have ammunition and all kinds of attachments over here. We don't have any attachments at the moment. And this little icon here, this infinity icon, which is an hourglass or an 8 turned sideways, means that we have infinite amounts of these weapons. And this is where you would need 25 of an item to unlock them. If you only have 24 and you take one of the weapons out on your mission and you die, and if you don't return to your corpse and loot the item, then you actually lose the item. Once you have 25 of any given item, it will unlock and you will have unlimited of them. And that's really important when we need to equip our AI soldiers, because you can only equip the AI soldiers with things that you have unlocked unlimited of. So I would definitely go with this rifle because I just like the wood finish more, and I think it's an awesome rifle, the FAL G. But unfortunately, it's only 10 round max, and I don't want that. So we will just go with the XM16E1, which is an M16A1 variant. And we will go with the 20 round Stagnet mag, which is just a standard NAM 20 round mag. Again, we have no attachments, we will get them. In terms of launchers, we have a Stinger missile launchers. I don't think you can see here. We have 5 of them. I don't think we have any missiles for it. No, we actually have. Okay, so they come preloaded with 1 missile. But yeah, we don't want to take them out just yet. I don't know why it says 0 here. But no, we want this launcher, which is standard. I think it's also called a law launcher. This is the proper name for it. Which is just a single fire rocket launcher that you just, once you fire the rocket out of it, you just dump the tube and you cannot use it again. We'll definitely go for one of those. They are light armor piercing. You can see they have a lot of impact, but they cannot take out heavy armor. So we will take one of those. Handguns. We'll definitely go for the M9. Always remember to equip magazines. Again, we have items, no attachments. So now we have a weapon that's loaded. You can see in the top right corner it has 20 shots. The pistol has 15 and our rocket launcher have a heat missile in it, high explosive anti-tank. But we need to get some other gears going. Not other gear, but we need more ammo. So we select the backpack. Then we go to the plus. This is all of our MISC items. And one thing I want to test, because I think all of these medical items here are all the same, except the med kit, the med box, and then this med kit. These are only usable, from my understanding, if you play as the combat lifesaver role. Basically, you can see they actually take up a lot of space. This is how much space is available in the backpack. And compared to this med kit, for instance to this first aid kit, you can see the first aid kit hardly takes up any space. But this is unlimited use if you are a combat lightsaber. This is one use only. You can use this, I'm pretty sure you can use it on yourself if you are a combat lightsaber, or you can use it on others. The first aid kit you can also use on others. But these, however, they take up less space, and I think they serve the exact same purpose as the first aid kit. So I will definitely go for some of them instead, since they are taking up much less space than the first aid kit. So yeah, let's just go with 10 of those. We don't need anything else right now. These are explosives. We can IEDs, improvised explosive device, where we can sort of set up booby traps for the enemy. We definitely want grenades. We definitely want some smoke grenades. Let's get 10 smokes and 10 frags. This is all magazines available to us. This is all magazines for the weapons that we have currently selected. So I usually go with 3 magazines plus 1 in the pistol, so 4 magazines in total, and then just a lot of mags for the primary assault rifle. So that's our backpack, all full. We then go to the vest, which can also hold some items. Again, I want to have some more grenades, both smoke and frag grenades. Just get some more magazines. Can we get? Yeah, so you can see we cannot, this is grayed out, even though it's white now, but it's grayed out. We cannot add more, but we still have a little bit space. So we can take another smoke grenade. We then go to the uniform. That can also hold some items. Let's just go one of each here, and then let's just get some magazines. More space. No, we cannot hold anything else. Save it as the rifleman. Then when we die, which we definitely will, we can always just go back to the arsenal, and instead of having to select all of this, we can just go load and then select the rifleman, and we will get all of the equipment. So one of the things that are sort of unique to Arma, as I said, it is a very realistic milsim shooter. If you look at the top right corner, you can also see on the screen, you have, of course, prone, crouch, standing, but you can also elevate it by small sort of there are all of these intermediate steps, as you can see. And this is actually really, I mean, this is really cool. You can go total laying as flat as you are. And it's actually really important because it can actually help you out in combat situations. I'm not sure how this frog thing will work out, but it can actually. And as long as there's an arrow, it means that you are not in a sort of the standard. If you only use, in my case, Z and X for crouch and stand, or prone and stand, then those little arrows at the bottom and the top of the person just indicates that you are in a sort of different stance than the three standard ones. You can of course also lean, but you can also lean further and sort of lean out further and then lean more, which is very important. Also you can also just, you know, just stand with your weapon lowered. You have of course normal walking, then you have sprinting, but you also have combat pace, where you move with your weapon drawn. You can just go like this, and then sprinting. So yeah, there are a lot of very advanced controls. You can also see here. I mean, you just have common controls. You have weapons, view, command, multiplayer, infantry movement, helicopter, plane, all these kinds of different movements. There are so much stuff in this game. You can of course change fire. So again, top right corner, one white bar is single shot. This is fully automatic, and if it had burst, then it would be 3 white bars that would show up. Another thing that's really important is that you can actually go everywhere on this map. And that means that you can have really long engagements with enemies way off in the distance. And you need to zero your weapon. And again, if you look at the top right corner, you can also see if I do this, it actually changes the zeroing. It basically just means that whatever I'm looking at now, I say if that's 375 meters away, then I will actually hit where I'm aiming. Or if it's closer, then I need to turn down the zeroing. And that means that I will hit a bit different. It's way more important when you are using scopes. You can, of course, also aim in. Just aim like this and fire like this. But yeah, it's a very advanced game with a lot of things going on to it. So I think one of the first things we will do is we will try and head up to town and see if we can stir up some trouble. There are various ways of taking over a town. As long as it's blue, it's under the occupant's control. The invader cannot control towns. They will just wipe them out, but we have disabled punishment. But if it's red, then it's taken over by the invaders. But again, they can't take over towns. If it's green, like our flag, then it's ours. You can do quests, not quests, sort of missions. Normally you cannot do this in vanilla Arma. This is a mod that makes sure that you can climb. You can go request mission, then you can go do supply missions. They usually have you delivering supplies to enemy cities, and then you will gain standing in that city, and you can then take over the city if you gain enough standing. But for now, let's just buy a truck. Place it in spacebar. It costs 200 euros. Let's also buy a loot crate. And now we are running very low on money. I want to donate all of my money into the faction resource, because if you die, you lose some of the money you have on you. And I don't want to do that, and I don't want to go in the passenger side. So let's just take a nice drive. You can see that all of the mirrors are actually working and are rendering probably what, not probably, I keep saying probably, they are rendering probably what you are looking at. Again, it is a very old game. I'm not sure when Arma 3 came out, but it is very old, but I still think that the graphics are holding up very, very nice. It is a very, very demanding game on a computer. And I have almost everything turned up to the max on my PC, but yeah, it is extremely demanding for older systems. So we want to keep an eye out when we enter this town. We are undercover. As you can see in the top of the screen it says undercover on, meaning that we won't get attacked immediately, but if we get too close to these enemy patrols that there are in the cities, or even worse, if they have dogs, then we definitely don't want to get close to them. So we will just drive around. Let's see if we cannot locate some enemies. And like I said, this game is nothing like if you are used to Call of Duty or Arma. Not Arma, this is Arma, but Call of Duty or Battlefield. It is a totally different game. You can sometimes get lucky and check the map and see if it has updated enemy positions on the map. I'm not sure that we will get so lucky. But let's actually, for now, park the car here. Want to remember to turn the engine off, or else it will use fuel. You can see fuel in the top left screen, the little red bar. It goes all the way to the right. And the thing that popped us up just showed us how much we need for victory, and since it is a total victory, we need everything in the game. But yeah, hull, engine, fuel, vehicle just shows the state of the vehicle. It can get damaged and disabled. How fast we are going in kilometers per hour, and then the fuel, the red bar, goes all the way to the right. But we have no fuel supply at the moment, so therefore we need to also be careful how much we drive. Yeah, this is something that sometimes popped up with certain mods that are failing to load properly. So we actually have an enemy roadblock up ahead. We could go and engage those if we were a bit daring. Not sure we are. Let's check the map. And we have spotted them on the map. It automatically gets added to the map, so we can see there's a rifleman, combat lifesaver, a squad leader, grenadier, and a rifleman. And we can do a little shift click on the map, and then we actually get this little indicator saying that we are now 560 meters away. Our weapon can only 0 to 375, so if we were to shoot some of these guys up here, we would actually need to aim a little bit higher than where they are. But I don't think I want to engage them. There's also a tractor, just a civilian driving a tractor there. I want to see if we cannot find. There are usually these sort of military police patrols walking around outside and inside of towns. And if you can take enough of them out, then the city will turn to your side. So I will just quickly... And they can really be anywhere. You can also go into a lot of the buildings. Some of them you can't enter, but some of them you can. Go out and take a look, get a bit higher elevation. See if we can maybe spot some enemies. And the reason why I want to take over this town is because it is so close to our base that whenever we have to move out, we have to move through this town, and I don't want to end up fighting every time I have to move out of the town, move through the town in case some patrols spot me. doesn't seem to look like we have any luck. Oh, what's that down there? Yeah. There's definitely an MP down there. And again, they usually come in patrols of 2. They sometimes have a dog with them. Let's just quickly add a marker saying we have our car hidden there. And then we want to be careful because we know where they are roughly, but they don't know where we are. So we want to be very, very careful. Because even though we have an assault rifle, they can still very easily kill us if they get the drop on us. That's the thing I love about Arma, is that it's very, very realistic. You can die from one shot. You very often die from one shot. Oh, there's a police car, and there's also some kind of truck here. Okay, so where the fuck did they go? Did they move down this road? Did they go down this road, or did they cross over that area here? Oh, he's right there. Okay, so he is definitely not the one we spotted, because the one we spotted had an MP5, I'm pretty sure. And he looked like he had a shotgun or something like that. Let's just make sure we kill him, because if not, then his friend can get to him and then heal him and get him up again. Oh shit, that actually scared me a bit. Stuck in a tree. Yeah, that's definitely an MP5 with a nice scope and everything. And we are getting shot, and I have no idea. And this is the other thing about Arma, is that you can get shot and you have no idea where the fuck you're getting shot from. Did we spot them on the map? Oh. We did spot them on the map. So that's... No medic for you. To adjust my seat. I really need a new chair. It's starting to hurt my ass a lot when I sit in it. Okay. So if we didn't have a loot crate in the game, we would actually need to manually take out all of this stuff from them and then carry it back to our car and put it in our car. And that takes such a long time. But we can now just make a marker here. And remember, we have 400 meters, so as long as we are within 400 meters of this area down here, then we will gather up the loot once we activate the loot crate by the car. And I don't think we have to drive closer. And yeah, you can, if you go third person, you can also do it in first person while you're running. You can look around like this. Also a very nice feature in the game. And where did we park our car? Yeah, we're coming right up. So we didn't actually take over the town, meaning that there could be more patrols. It could also just be that the sort of government support in the town is way higher than we would get from just killing two patrols. Whenever you take over places surrounding towns, they also lose government support. So for instance, if we were to take over this resource, this factory, and then destroy this military administration, then Saros here would highly likely turn to our cause. So things also have this sphere of influences. So let's just unload cargo from this car here. And then we can. So you use just to scroll the mouse wheel. And then you hold down mouse button, little mouse button, and then it says scattered loot has been successfully gathered. And then you can check. Okay, so I was pretty sure there was a shotgun. So yeah, we killed 4. So one of them. Okay, that's a bit strange. Yeah, we killed 4. We got 4 vests. We also got 4 radios. But I'm a bit surprised that we actually got 8 pistols. So they carried 2 pistols each, and then one definitely carried a shotgun. 2 of them carried MP5s, but one of them must have also carried a backup, sort of. This looked like a grease gun. So we can just load this back up into the car. Let's get back in the car. And we can go undercover because no one saw us get in and out of the car, and we didn't do anything suspicious in the car. Just want to check real quick. Oh, this could actually be a major find this early in the game. Yeah, it's a repair vehicle. Okay, that's actually insane to find this already. We definitely, even though it's an old piece of shit car, we definitely want to get that back to our base. And I will explain that why. Sometimes there are stuff in these vehicles, but I'm not sure if it can actually hold I don't think it can hold a crate. But let's carry it closer and see if it can. Drop object. Nope. So it says in the right side that it cannot. So we would just need to drop this object, load it into this car, and then go and delete this, and then go car here. So yeah, we definitely want to get this back home to our base, even though it is an old piece of shit car. And it's actually a civilian repair vehicle. That's even better. That means that we can drive it around while still being undercover. But yeah, a repair vehicle, so you need, I would say as soon as you can, you need to get a repair vehicle, an ammo truck, and a fuel truck. Because then you basically have unlimited fuel and ammo and repairs for your vehicles whenever they are in the garage. And that's one of the very, very cool things about, a very cool mechanic of this mod. But this is a very old piece of shit car, no doubt about it. So we just need to drive back to base. And again, this game, it's much better in multiplayer with friends, no doubt about it. So here we are. Here, somewhat close. Not sure how close it actually needs to be. It doesn't matter with the engine since we will be... Yeah, there was nothing inside, but it doesn't matter with the engine since we will be... Oh, sorry. We need to do this. So, walk up to the car, press Y, put vehicle into garage. You can also sell it. You can go around collecting vehicles and just selling them for money. But we want to put vehicle into garage. And now it's in our garage. We can go here. And it actually shows here because we have gathered this repair truck. You see this is ammo, this is refuel. And because we have repaired, then it will automatically repair vehicles in our garage If we had a fuel truck, then it will also refuel. You can see this is the state of this vehicle. It has 31% fuel and it has 100%. It is fully repaired, but it has no ammo since it has no weapons. So let me just really quick. I will just show it off real quick, but I will do it off camera because it takes quite a while. Set rebel loadout, the rifleman. This is where you can set the rebel loadout for all the units that you can recruit. And I will just do this very quickly off camera, so please bear. No, I will just show it off real quick. It's precisely the same as when you are sort of equipping yourself. You need to select weapons, give them launchers, pistols, whatever you want to give them, uniforms. I need to make sure that they have, yeah, they have nothing here. Backpack, they need the proper backpack, helmets. So I want to give them, not make them identical to me, but I want to make them look at least somewhat similar to me. I think we will go with a boonie of some kind. Green hex, woodland. Yeah, I think this. Yeah, this looks okay. I don't like to spend that much time equipping these guys, but you definitely want to give them better equipment once it becomes available to them. You have smoke grenades. No real reason to remove that, but yeah, let's just give you 10 of these. Let's give you 10 smokes, 10 grenades. Again, let's give you 3 backup magazines, and then let's just fill you up with ammo for your assault rifle. Because I actually want a dude with me. Go 2 of these in the vest. Yeah, you have lots of ammo in the vest, that's fine. Can you carry something? You can carry another smoke grenade. And the AI is actually very good at using smoke grenades. Yeah, I think that's fine. So we press save. And now this means that we have altered the rifleman outfit. And we will just recruit. Oh, I need 50 euros. So we go into the commander menu. We share the faction money. Then I can recruit a single rifleman unit. And he doesn't look like he's supposed to. That's because I'm an idiot. I forgot to go over here and say, nope, I don't want you randomizing uniforms. I want you to look exactly like I specified. So the reason why I recruited him is that we have to go back up. We have to go back up here and pick up our car. And I don't want to run all the way up there because there's actually a kilometer. So we will just very quickly buy another one of these. And I need to donate all of my money. I will get in the car. I will tell our newly recruited rifleman to get in the car. And he is also undercover because we are undercover. And we can only order him around because we are so close to each other. If we were farther away, then I wouldn't be able to give him orders because we don't have radios unlocked just yet. So we will just go back up in town and get our car, go back to the HQ, and then I will end the episode here because it has actually already been an hour. I know it haven't been that much gameplay, mostly set up. Mostly setting up the game. But now... Oh. So let's disembark you. Let's get out ourselves. Yeah, and he will start firing immediately. Let's just... Oh, there's also one down there. There should be one more somewhere around here because they usually come in patrols of 2. Just making sure that they are dead. So there should be one more guy somewhere out here. Two, can you please move out here?
Move 100 meters left.
Let's see if he spots anything. We might as well use him while we have him. You're actually still alive. You are not alive anymore. He doesn't spot anything. That's very interesting. That's actually very, very interesting. Oh, that's because there's already one down. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. So there actually were... He just took out one of them already. Okay, so two.
Get in that vehicle.
You're gonna go in that vehicle. Hopefully as the driver. Sometimes they can mess it up and just enter in the back seat, even though they are the only one entering the vehicle. So where did we place our car? Try our cars up here. Two, you can go here.
Move 100 meters front.
Not going to drive. Sometimes the AI is a bit finicky in this game. Usually it might be because actually we are too far away from each other.
Two, move right.
What if I tell you to disembark?
Two, dismount.
You actually got that order, okay.
Two, fall back.
That's very interesting. Oh, he might not have been... Yeah, I'm an idiot. I just called it that he might not have entered as a driver, and I'm pretty sure he didn't actually enter the car as a driver. We can just go like this. We might need to tell him to enter the car in another way. So whenever you are communicating with your infantry, he is, you can see in the bottom left corner, I'm number 1, he's number 2. You can go F2, then you get this very, very basic menu. You can see it changes. If I just disembark, for instance, if I go F2, then you can see it changes if I look at the car. But you can also go backspace and then click F2, then you get a way more advanced menu for ordering him around. I can tell him to mount. I can tell him to get into that Land Rover and then tell him, and then get in as a driver. Then he will always enter the car as a driver. He's now in the car. I can then tell him to go all the way down here. And he will drive himself down there with the car. Oh, am I the... Nope. No. Come here. Yeah. Get out.
Dismount.
Forgot to gather loot. That's very, very important. Stop rolling, please. No, I'm an idiot.
2, driver, get in that vehicle.
I'm an idiot. I can just send him down here while I do this.
2, move 1 click, south.
So gather scattered loot. Now I can load it. Get in as a driver. And yeah, the AI is usually very good at following roads. Sometimes For instance, if I were to tell him now to go up here, then he might just try and head across country like this instead of going through the road. So yeah, you need to be careful how you actually order the AI around, since they can be very, very finicky in this game. But they usually do a very good job, depending on what you tell them to. They can actually even fly both helicopters and planes, and they can land them. I'm not sure how they are at landing planes, but I've seen them land helicopters in some very, very tight spaces. So here we are. Oh, glad I didn't run into him. So let's just go like this. Get out to disembark. We can actually sell this car. We get half the money back. We want to garage at least one of them. And then we want to transfer. We have this option on the arsenal to transfer cargo to arsenal. And it now says that we transferred cargo from basic ammo syndicate. That's what we are. That's sort of a common term that the game uses for this rebel faction. But it also consumes the loot crate, so we have to pay 400 every time. But now when we go to our main rifle, you can see that we have 4 shotguns. We have 3 because we just took one. We have 3 MP5 A5s. We actually have a scope for it. And this is a very nice scope. Very nice scope. No zeroing, so it only has 100 meters, so you have to adjust. But yeah, and you can of course on the fly go in and take the scope off and slap it back on if you want to. But yeah, it also has, and it's animated even the zeroing. And this has, well, this only has fully automatic because it's an A5. So yeah, but we don't want to risk using these weapons here. So we will just go back and loading our rifle build, and then it automatically enters. And this shows that there are some of the weapons left, and there's still some ammo for it. This just shows that more than enough for the whole army, and there's enough ammo for it, meaning that the weapon more than enough for the whole army because it's unlocked, and it has unlimited ammo. But yeah, unfortunately not an M1. I love the pling of that weapon. But yeah, that has been the start of Arma. We can go ahead and we can dismiss him. We get the HR back. We don't get the money back, but that's okay. Remember to donate the money back into the faction pool, and then just do a persistent save. So yeah, as I said, this has been Arma with the Antistasi mod. Let me know if you want to see more of it, and also if you want to do a sort of a community with me, and if you are subscribed. If you want to play, I will definitely look into, depending on how many who wants to try the game, and if you want to make it a permanent thing, or if it would work better streaming or whatever, just please let me know what you guys think. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you're doing good. Please take care of yourself. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.